Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Ben Atkins here, and welcome to Fans from Thin Air. Now, I put this product together so that everybody out there who's trying to start marketing on Facebook, whether you're marketing for a small business or whether you're trying to build up Facebook niche pages so you can make money there, everybody gets stuck when they first get started. There's really two choices. You can either go with running ads to get your initial fans, or you can get them the old-fashioned way, which is a little bit tougher. So I've done both. I've actually set up, done ads, spent a lot of money learning how to do that really, really well. But that's really not what this is about. This is called Fans from Thin Air, and not fans from your wallet. So we're going to go ahead and go through and tell you about how you build fans basically from nothing for cheap. Now, it takes a little bit more work than ads. I'm going to tell you right up front, ads are a lot quicker, and once you master Facebook ads, it gets extremely easy to drive traffic to anywhere. Plus, you can get it for pretty cheap if you know what you're doing. However, in this little product here, I wanted to go in and teach you how to do it without having to go through all that and spending all that money. So, Fans from Thin Air. Let's really get started. The first thing is I want to kind of tell you what our goal is. The goal here is to really get your first 100 through 1,000 fans, okay? So really it's just the first 100. I'm trying to get the first 100 fans with any page that I'm trying to put this together on. Once I do that, I can start putting in some very viral things. If you've got my product, The Evil Facebook Magician Returns, the Facebook Community Chest, then if you follow those tactics, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But you got to get to that first 100 fans. Getting to that first 100 fans is what allows you to have a base to grow your page virally. Those first 100 fans are the people that are going to talk about your page and grow it from there. So let's get started right now, and I'm going to basically tell you how we do this. So I'm going to basically cover two sections. The first section is going to be local marketing. So for you offline marketers out there, I'm going to teach you how to do this from the ground up. Now, you may be saying, Dr. Ben, what do you know about building up something locally? Well, I'm going to tell you. I actually built up my chiropractic practice because before I was doing this whole internet marketing thing, I was just a chiropractor trying to survive and grow my business. But I went from 0 patients to a 6-figure per year chiropractic practice with just Facebook marketing. That's all I could afford when I started. I couldn't afford to spend much of anything. So it really came down to me getting in there and learning the hard way to build a Facebook page. So local marketing is the first thing we're going to do. The second thing is we're going to cover niche marketing. Niche marketing is more you pick a niche and you go after that niche, you build a Facebook page, and you try to find people that are interested in that niche and get them going. So the key here is 100 fans. Our goal is 100 fans. The first thing we're going to talk local. The second thing we're going to talk niche marketing. So let's get started. Now, local is a little more complicated because a lot of times local is something where you have to be very, very out there, very, very visible in the community. This is something that I did, very well when we first started. This is the reason we grew so fast. But what you have to do is a little complicated when you get started. But let's get started with the main thing that I used to do. What I became on Facebook, or what my business became on Facebook, was basically the community guide. Now think about that a minute. I lived in a town of about 20,000 people, but it doesn't really matter what size town. It could be 100,000 people. You can market to a suburb. You can market to a little niche community. And that's the thing. You want to tighten down these communities as much as possible so that you've got a good shot at really hitting people. And, my thing with local communities is anytime you're targeting anything, you want to target it down so tightly that people feel like they can run into you at the store. And that's the best way to look at it. Even if you're in a community of 100,000 to 200,000 people, you want to focus in on a small area of that group so that you could possibly, bring them together. So I like 20 through 40,000 people communities, or sub-communities in larger communities, so you can focus on that. All right, so event marketing, that's what we're really going to start on. Event marketing is this. When I first started my chiropractic practice, and this is what you need to do, you need to be the center of the town. So you need to be the place that people go to for, news about things. So when I first started, when people were looking at what we were doing and how I grew those first 100 fans, was I was someone who anytime something was going on, I was involved in it or I was talking about it. So let me explain that. Anytime there was an event, so let's say that they were throwing a charity auction, we would do a little event marketing. On my page, on my personal page, on our Facebook page, we would talk about the event. So we would pre-sell the event. Basically, 2 weeks before any event, I would talk about the event hardcore. Now, how I actually got fans to the page to see this, I'll tell you about that in just a second. This is where it gets very clever, but this is the setup that I would go with. Number one, you don't talk about your business. If you're talking about your business and you're doing local marketing, people are going to say, well, they just have a page so they can sell stuff. So you don't ever talk about your business. Maybe 10% of the time you talk about that stuff. Most of the time you're talking about stuff going on in the community. So let's go with event marketing. 2 weeks before an event, that's all we would talk about on our Facebook page. So the Atkins Chiropractic page, the Dr. Ben Atkins page, that was all about talking about an event 2 weeks before. So we were basically helping the people that were putting on the event, the charity, whoever, and we were helping them to promote the event by talking on our page. The day of the event, we would show up, or we would act like we were showing up, and we would talk about the event the day of. So it was something that was happening. We would talk about it all day. And then a week to 2 weeks after the event, I'd also talk about it. I'd post pictures if we had them or if we could find them online. We'd post pictures up on our page, and that would be what we would focus. So here's what happened with our page. It became a place for people to see what was going on in the community. Imagine, why would anybody be a fan of a chiropractic page or a lawyer's page or, a restaurant's page unless they were giving away free stuff? Well, if you don't want to give away free stuff, the thing you have to do is you have to be a community hub. So you have to talk about things that are going on. So if you're working with offline clients or you're an offliner yourself and you have an offline business, you want to be event-based. The things that happen on your Facebook page need to be about things going on into the community. Now, what you're probably asking yourself right now is, well, Ben, if you didn't have any fans of this page, you didn't have any Facebook friends, how did anybody see any of these updates? And this is what we did. It's called my talk and tag technique. Okay, this is really what the Fans from Thin Air thing is all about. When you are wanting to build up fans when you first start, the talk and tag technique is where you will basically fan a page. So let's say there was a local restaurant that I like, so I would like their page. And then what I would do on my status update, I would say, I'm a real big fan, I'm going to eat lunch here today, or our office is going to eat lunch here today. And then we would tag that business. Or if there was somebody that did something cool in the community, or there was a charity that had a Facebook page, we would tag that charity, we would tag that individual, so our stuff would show up in their feed. Immediately what happens is when you start talking good about people and your stuff starts showing up on their page and they see that they're tagged, people start fanning your page and they start liking you and they start wanting to be friends with you, and they actually will start returning the favor. So they'll start talking about you and they'll come check you out. So on Facebook, the real trick with going from 0 fans to 100 fans to get started is you talk and tag. So, let's say I was talking about an event that we were about to be a part of, I would tag one of the people that was involved. So I would show up, they would see that they're tagged, and I would, add some friends, or I would like their page, and then I would just continually tag people, but I wouldn't do it in a way that was spammy. I would never tag more than 2 to 3 people in a post, and I always had a reason for doing that. So maybe I would say, want to give big props to such and such for putting on the event that's coming up in a week. This is going to be a great fundraiser for the local community. And it's that simple. You tag them, you make them feel good, you make them the star of your status update. So talk and tag. And that's the thing, any business, when you're first building a business, when you're first helping an offline client, the key is don't have them talk about themselves on their page. Have them tag other businesses and give reviews of other businesses, positive reviews. And when you are delivering that much goodwill and really getting it out there and really tagging them and making them show up and making them feel like rock stars, what's going to happen is they are going to come back and start giving you the same thing. Even if they don't, though, people are going to see that on their page. They're going to see that on their page, and they're going to come back to your page and like your page. So what we really did was extremely, extremely simple. All you have to do is pick out other businesses that already have a fan base. Pick out other people that already have a fan base. Start tagging them with relevant things that are going on in the community. Make them the star of your status update. Flatter them a little bit. And then you're going to see that 100 fans is extremely easy to get. Like, you can knock out 100 fans in 15 to 30 days for any local business by doing this. And the easiest way to do it is you pick up the paper, you turn on the radio, you listen to what people are doing. And radio stations are really good. If you have a media outlet that has a Facebook presence, start talking to them. You'll show up on their page because you tag them, and all of their listeners who come there every day will show up on your page and like you because they see, hey, this is someone who's, they're talking about community things, they're tagging things, they're very active. I want to follow them. I want to see what they're all about. 100 fans is super easy, guys. Nobody really understands that in a local market, that all you have to do is make other people in the community the stars, other businesses in the community the stars of your updates, and it gets really, really easy. So I hope that's something that, is easy. And by the way, some of you are going to ask me, well, if I'm not a friend with that person, I can't tag them. Well, here's what you do. You actually ask to be their friend. And if they don't add you as a friend because maybe they don't know you, you add 2 of their friends, 2 or 3 of their friends. And then when you go back to add them at a later date, they're going to see that you're friends with one of their friends, and they're going to think that they know you. So it's a sneaky way to do it. But trust me, guys, I've done all this stuff, and it was the way that we built our practice from 0 to 6 figures in a year. So like I said, if you're saying you can't tag them if you're not a friend, well, start adding friends. Start adding people that you think are interesting and start making them the stars of your updates, and you'll notice really, really quickly this is going to grow. All right, let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is niche marketing. Now, I'm going to take you right back to the talk and tag technique. Now, let's say that you're doing a juicing page, and I say that because I actually have a juicing page, and it's a lot of fun for me. But a juicing page is basically, people who love to make their own juice. They have those goofy juicers, and they put vegetables and fruits in there, and they juice it. But here's what I did to actually grow the first 100 fans on this page. What I did was I used the talk and tag technique. I went around to all the big juice businesses in the United States. So I went to like Jamba Juice, and I went to, a few like the Naked Juice that you can buy in the stores. I went to their pages, and what I did was I looked to see if, I could post on their page and, in their timeline. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, then that's going to get me, they're going to delete that comment so fast. No, they won't. Here's the thing. Once again, when you post on these pages, these big pages that are, are really, really popular, they've got a lot of fans, and do this as your page. So my juicing page, I basically set it up to where I could use Facebook as that page, and that's a really easy way to, go around the net and brand yourself. And if you don't know how to use a Facebook as one of your pages, or use Facebook as one of your pages and not your personal profile, just Google it and you'll see exactly how to do that. But what I did was I was using Facebook as my juicing page. And I went around the net or went around Facebook actually, and I went around to the Naked Juice company. I went around to Jamba Juice. I went around to a lot of these different places that had anything to do with juicing, and I started posting on their page. And I basically, when I posted on their page, I would just say thank you. I would say, hey, thank you so much for the products you put out. This is awesome. This has been an easy way for me to start juicing when I can't make it myself. I know I can just run into the store and grab your stuff, and you guys have been a big part of my life. And once again, you're making them the star in your updates. On your page, you can also tag them once you've liked them, and you're using Facebook as your business, and that'll show up on their page too. So what happens is all the people that are fans of the juicing, the big juicing places, they became fans of my little juice page because they were like, this person's going through the same things as us. They built this page because they wanted to talk about it, and they're a fan of juicing. I'm going to go check them out. Trust me, 100 fans is extremely easy. When you're getting on some of these giant pages that are related to yours, and you're posting on their page and you're being very complimentary of them and thanking them and asking them questions, it's really easy. You got to think a lot of these pages have 50 to 100,000 fans, and people see that. It's high traffic, and people will see that, and they're going to come over and they're going to jump on your page. So, guys, like the page, go around, find the big pages, go like their page, go post on their wall, and then, like I said, use the talk and tag technique. Make them a rock star in your status updates or your page updates. And you're going to notice when stuff starts posting on their wall, you've got people that are already fans of them that are going to come over to your wall. So it doesn't matter if you're doing the dog niche, if you're, going through and you're doing like some sort of women's interest niche, like maybe you're doing sewing, and I say women's, that can be a guy's thing too. I have guy friends that do a lot of that. But these are the kinds of things that when you find the big pages out there already, you can go use those big pages to build your own page and build the first 100 fans. Once you build the first 100 fans, it gets much easier because you can use those initial 100 fans to do some very viral things. And like I said, if you bought my Evil Facebook Magician product, you know how to use those initial fans to get started. So, like I said, we discussed how to use the initial 100 fans, the initial 10 to 20 fans in our Facebook Magician Community Chest product. And like I said, I just wanted to give you something that you could build the first 100. So I hope you understand how easy this is. I hope you don't look at this and be like, Ben, that's too simplistic. I don't think that's going to work. The thing is everybody makes Facebook too hard. If most people would just look at Facebook like you were, in the 5th grade, then it would be extremely easy because Facebook, that's how Facebook works. It's very social and it's very easy to its core. We just try to complicate it to the point and make it something that it's not. So the easier you make it, the easier it is. So if I had to leave you with one thought on the Fans from Thin Air, on any page, whether it's local, whether it's a niche marketing page, what you need to do is you need to make pages that already have fans the star of your updates, the star of your status updates, the star of your page updates. Like them, talk good about them, and what you'll start to notice is they're going to talk good about you, which is going to bring people over. You're going to get things on their page which are going to bring people over to you, and it's going to be a really easy way to build the first 100 fans. The first 100 fans is easy if you just do that. Like I said, give it 30 days. Start doing that daily, 2 or 3 times a day. Start good. Be genuine though. Don't BS. Really go in and be genuine. If you feel like you're BSing, you probably are. But go in and talk, why you like these certain things, why they've been effective for you, and you're going to start seeing fans come to your page too. So guys, that's the Fans from Thin Air stuff. It's super easy. All you really have to focus on is tagging other people in your post, talking good about them, tagging other businesses, posting on their page, being very complimentary of other people, and you're going to see that people with like interests are going to come to your stuff too. So Dr. Ben Adkins here. I hope you enjoyed the Fans from Thin Air package. This is just a really easy walkthrough. I can make it more complicated, but it doesn't need to be. I like keeping things simple, and that's what this is all about. Go out there, get your first 100 fans for whatever you need to be marketing for, whether it's offline or online, and from that point forward, use those 100 fans to grow your page to staggering heights. I have seen pages go from nothing to 200,000 fans in as little as 6 months. So it's easy to do. You just got to be dedicated, and you got to go through and put in a little bit of work. But it's super easy to do once you know what you're doing. And if you listen to this audio even one little bit, you do. All right, Dr. Ben Adkins here. I will talk with you soon. Stay in touch with me if you need anything. I'm here to help.